which is the spirit of manipulation, which is the foundation of them all. But there are 12 others, and I'm not going to preach all of them because I want to finish the tongue thing, but I want to give them to you just so you'll know. There is the hostile lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that's dominated by anger and aggression and a volatile temper. You'd be surprised at the people who are part of ministry that have tempers. They are out of control. And you don't think anybody knows what's going on, but see what God is doing in this last hour. He's positioning people to fall before him and ask him to get out of them anything that's keeping them from the promise. There's a prayer that I began to pray some time ago, and then I let it go. And when I went through something not long ago, the Lord brought it back to me. But every day I would include in my prayer, as a part of my prayer, and sometimes I just made it the prayer, God, don't let me get away with nothing. Because if you start to get away with things, you'll become comfortable. You don't like it tonight, but it's tight, it's right. You'll become comfortable, and then you will think that your wrong is right. And then you'll become bullheaded, as my grandmother would say, and then can't nobody tell you nothing. And when no one can tell you anything, you are headed for a self-destruction where there can be no recovery. You understand? So the hostile lifestyle. There is the passive apathetic, which is a lifestyle that's dominated by others leading or controlling one's life, and the unwillingness to take the chance to achieve your own potential. Touch somebody near you and tell them, oh yeah, I love you. Come on, tell them, oh yeah, I love you, but I can't be you, and you can't be me. The passive apathetic people are dominated and controlled by other folk. I'm in deep water now, so I might as well drown. That's the problem with the majority of folk that are part of the ministry that are inconsistent. They are controlled. God, help me. They are controlled by others who feel that they are the voice of God for that particular life. So what happens is, in the church, we end up having subcommittee meetings. We end up having churches within churches and think nobody knows. That's why when the praise is falling, certain people can't move unless they see a certain one move. Honey, but you better come to realize that when you stand before God, it's going to be you and he. Not only that, but when you permit yourself to be controlled, then you are more identified with that person, place, or thing than you are with God. Come on, now let me deal with this so the devil doesn't get any glory. That's not to say that you don't follow rules and order and structure. But what I am saying, when you can't hardly breathe without somebody endorsing it, you can't clap your hands without looking across the church to check and to see if it's okay. You can't dance. You feel the presence of God trying to push you to a deliverance, but because you had prayer with them and they told you what the Lord told them to tell you, now all of a sudden God is trying to speak to you himself, but you are so controlled by the person that claimed they had a vision or that God spoke spoke to them concerning you that now you can't really hear from God. Can I get in trouble? That's why you have no business running to all these little house prayer meetings, little tambourine jamborees. You got 20 people in a room and all 20 take turns prophesying to the other 19, and ain't nobody saved, just moving out of flesh and out of the spirit of error for a desire of attention.